Hey guys, welcome to the last day of our Florida vacation. Sounded like a game show host. If you guys haven't been watching the previous vlogs, we're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we had purchased 1 week in Florida and Bahama cruise. Today we had the breakfast of champions again. They tried to do the French toast sticks and their omelet and their potatoes. French toast sticks, for some reason, were super dry and hard. Like, I dropped half of it on the plate, and Dan thought I actually had picked up my plate and dropped it because it literally sounded like a brick. Like, it was like, doom.
Really what it is, I think they get their food from the jail.
Duh,
the jail people
food.
cook it, and then they bring it over, and then they serve it there.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Prison food. This is what we get for going the last 10 minutes of breakfast time. So if it's done by 11 and it's a buffet style breakfast, then you go like 10 or 15 minutes to 11, you know, the food might be a little bit not as fresh. You know, it's probably maybe the food that's been sitting there the longest, so probably our bad. But either way, like, we're not staying at a 5-star hotel or eating at a 5-star restaurant, so I can sit here and complain all day, but it's like, it is the Ramada. Like
McDonald's breakfast at the airport's gonna seem like gourmet food.
Yeah. And so last night, having sushi was so amazing. That sushi place, so good. If you are ever in Fort Lauderdale and want some good sushi, it is such fresh sushi. It is so good. But yeah, we had a really good meal last night. Also, the day before, we had lunch while we were out and about, and I think that was in Miami, and we went to the Green Street Grill, and that was also really good. I had a salad, he had some pesto pasta, but it's funny because after we had that food, we ate back at the hotel. We were making jokes about how, I mean, obviously not to them.
Just behind their backs.
But we were just like making jokes with each other that we had tasted real food, and we couldn't go back to the food that they had because we had finally tasted real food. It was just kind of funny. So now we are all packed up. We're back in our rental car, checked out of the hotel. We are going to Las Olas Beach. So we came out thinking we're just going to rent some chairs and an umbrella and just hang out for a few hours and get some of that beach time before we go to the airport. And there's a bunch of places when you're driving through Las Olas Boulevard. They have the blue umbrellas and the chairs. So we decided to park and stop through one of those. If you're staying at one of the hotels, I think it might be included, but obviously we're not. So they charge 2 chairs and an umbrella. It's $50. I feel like that was a little steep, personally. And then we were walking away and he's like, I can do it for $40. And we're like, no, you know, it's like, we only have 3 hours left because they close it at 5. And there's some shops right across the street behind us here. They have swimsuits and things like that. And I was like, for $50, I feel like you're almost better off buying some chairs and an umbrella, honestly. So they actually rent them just across the road. And it's like $20 for all of it. And then you just have to have $10 per item for deposit. So we ended up going that route. Now, it's quite the rink-a-dink setup, but we made it work. You know, it's got the umbrella, it's got some shade, it's got this little chair. And then we just get to hang out at the beach as long as we want. I just bought some water and snacks. And then we just have to return the stuff, you know, and it's like literally just across the road. So it's better than buying it and then not having anywhere to leave it when you go to the airport. I feel like $20 is a better deal than paying $40 or $50. And instead you can buy yourself some water and snacks if you go that route. Back on the road, it was nice to lay out for a little bit. There's one restaurant of every kind, it seems like, in that little block area. So we were kind of looking at the Mexican food because we're like, oh, some tacos sound nice, you know, some chips and salsa or guacamole or whatever. And Dan ordered some fish tacos. He was wondering if they were fresh, and the lady didn't really answer it directly, so he assumed that they weren't. But she was like, oh my gosh, they're so good. She actually sounded really excited about them. So he's like, okay, I'll have them. They sound really good. And then I ordered the steak tacos because it seems like steak tacos are a safe bet.
Fish taco, you know, normally they put cabbage in there. It's just really good. And they
Yeah,
put some
fish
kind
tacos,
of a,
you put
they
cabbage.
put some kind of a, you know, a spicy tartar sauce. This was literally iceberg lettuce, and it tasted like it was just mixed with ranch dressing. The iceberg lettuce straight out of a school cafeteria. Her taco that she took off my plate had an ice cube in it.
Oh yeah, so that was the other thing. What we do when we get tacos, Dan really likes the fish tacos and I like the steak tacos, so we'll like switch one. So I had a fish taco sitting on my plate and I take a bite and then all of a sudden I'm like, what the heck is this? And there's like an ice cube inside my fish taco.
Something we would have expected from our hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
We rate that place 1 donkey testicle out of 5. Fish tacos at Del Taco are seriously way better.
Actually, yeah. Oh my god.
They are way better.
Well, that speaks for itself because that's actually true. For that price, like, you can literally go to the sushi place that we went to yesterday. It's called Sushi Rock. Go there. But the beach was fun. Other than that, now we have like a quarter of a tank that we can use up. If you guys remember yesterday's vlog. We're only putting a little tiny bit of gas in the car because I prepaid for the gas tank and they don't reimburse you for all the extra gas that you have in it. Note to self, don't do that. But actually, I mean, the gas is a little bit more expensive here. So if you can calculate taking it back on an empty tank, or if you don't care, if you're not as cheap as me, you probably don't care. When you prepay, they charge you for a whole tank of gas. So if you take it back half full or the whole tank is full, doesn't matter, you still prepaid for a whole tank of gas. Like, we got plenty of driving time. We kind of enjoy just driving around and looking at neighborhoods. Does anybody else do that?
It gives you more of a feel for like the area than just seeing the main touristy spot, you know? It gives you a feel for what the actual area is like. But I'm always curious, how much is the dump in this really cute neighborhood that you could turn into something that'd be worth money? That's
he wants to be
interest.
a house flipper. We take
So how much
the
is
worst
the shack?
houses in the best neighborhoods. What's his name? Bill and Joanne?
Not Bill, no. Chip and Joanne.
Chip. How did I not remember his name? I think it'd be fun to do that. Flip some houses. Gotta start by buying one house.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the airport, drop off the rental car, go through security, and today we're driving with Spirit. We're flying with Spirit. We're driving with Spirit. Yeah, if you guys have flown with them, you know what I mean. We are finally back home, but we didn't have time to pick up Elvis. If you guys don't know, Elvis is my dog. We have some family friends watching him. I wanted to go pick him up so bad last night. It's been sad not to have him around all week. He's like always with us. If you guys are wondering, I am wearing a dress. Maybe I'll call and see if they're ready for us to come pick up Elvis because we haven't heard back yet. And I really, really want him home because I'm sure he wants to be home right now. Huh, Dan?
Yes.
Yeah.
We want our dog. We want our dog.
Oh, that's cute. It's good lighting. Oh, no, it isn't. I thought it was.
You just need to be back here by the window. We're gonna leave in about a half hour to pick up Elvis. She's so sweet. She'll like even bathe him before we go pick him up. So cute. He gets to live his best life out there. He's got this huge yard to run around in with a bunch of other little dogs. And then she's got chickens. And she showed us a video last time of him chasing chickens. And it just like melts my heart because I want chickens so bad. If I ever have a house with a little bit of property that chickens can thrive in and not get eaten by wildlife. Like here, we have a huge property. I'm sure the landlord would allow me to have chickens if I really wanted, just because, I mean, it's on an acre. It's, you know, there's horses next door. But I would worry about having chickens up here because coyotes, bears, raccoons, owls, mountain lions, hawks, foxes. We're on the foothills of the mountain, but we're still at 8,500 feet. So we're pretty high up. That's why we're so careful with Elvis. We have a tiny area in the back where he's allowed to go into, and he hated us for it at first, but I refuse to let him run around the yard, especially at night, because at night he goes off and it's dark in a corner. I can't see what's going on over there. And sometimes he doesn't come right back because he likes to sniff around, and that's really scary because there's an owl that lives nearby here because I can hear it a lot of the time when I let Elvis out. So I just kind of stand there and keep a really close eye on him because I will punch an owl in the face to keep Elvis safe. But I've heard some horror stories from other people with little dogs that got loose and they never made it back home, and then they found part of it, and so they knew that the dog was no longer. It's just really sad, like very heartbreaking, because dogs are the best. I hate to think of anything happening to dogs, to any animal for that matter. Oh my goodness, look at him! Oh my god!
Look at you! Baby! How's your life around here?
He wedges himself right next to me. I'm like sideways.
Oh my god! We have a swamp creature!
Baby. you hot? Is that what it
Just
is?
a swamp creature. Sound.
Oh my God. So this will probably be the end of the vlog. We're probably just gonna go home, relax, maybe unpack, do things like that. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. I saw the dinner menu and it said something about meatloaf and something else, and that's where I draw the line. I'm not eating meatloaf at a hotel. And also last night's dinner, we had dinner at the hotel. It was there was mussels. Okay, now I'm just gonna tell you, eating cooked mussels at a Ramada is the bravest thing someone can do. I saw people scooping them up and putting them on their plate, and I was like, okay, that must be good. So I decided to put them on my plate because I like seafood. And after eating like 2 of them, I was like, I can't do this to myself. This is very questionable. And a couple of them were like super dry, and I was like, how the hell are they dry? And I just didn't know how long they were sitting there because it's all buffet style, right?
Pretty sure at that place they overcook the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Just to make sure they don't make anybody sick.
Yeah.
But it's still gross.
Needless to say, we did not get sick. Like, their food is fine. It's edible. It's not gonna kill you. I feel like if either of us is gonna like get sick from eating something, it'd probably be Dan. Because he's like, I don't know, he's just like more delicate, I feel like.
I'm a delicate little flower.
I know you guys were probably wondering and very concerned, but the blister on my toe, I ended up not popping it.